The early civilizations of the Indian subcontinent preferred self-bows, made from a single piece of wood, but with the conquest of the region by the Mongols, composite bows became more widespread. Horse archers armed with composite bows were deployed in large numbers against the Achaemenid Persians to devastating effect. The humidity of the subcontinent was detrimental to the glue and sinew of composite bows, however. Mongol sources describe how archers were advised to keep their bows in leather cases to keep them dry. Composite bows require a greater variety of materials to make than self-bows. The bending parts of the limbs are made with mulberry wood or bamboo. The non-bending tips, called siyas, are made with stiffer woods. First, the wooden parts of the bow are glued together using glue made from boiled animal hide. The bow is then bent and filed into shape. Strips of animal horn are glued to the belly, while sinew is glued to the back. Leather or birch bark is wrapped around the bow to protect it from the elements. After being left to dry for many months, the bow is ready to be strung and used. The few extant specimens of medieval Mongol bows are from the Taklamakan Desert, where they were preserved by the dry climate. They are too fragile to be strung, but are estimated from their dimensions to have draw weights of well over 100 pounds. This may seem incredible, as recreational archers today usually draw only 30 to 60 pounds, but excavated war bows and written records from around the world suggest that such heavy draw weights were quite common in the past. Such bows can be drawn with rigorous training and the use of proper technique, as contemporary archers such as Justin Ma and Mark Stretton have shown. Archery was an important part of the culture of the Indian subcontinent for millennia, but with the advent of firearms, bows and arrows became obsolete, and the art of bow making nearly died out. In recent years, however, there has been renewed interest in traditional archery. Bowyers' workshops have sprung up around Harappa and Hariganga. Following ancient archery manuals, they are making bows using traditional methods, just as their ancestors did centuries ago. Excerpt from The Way of the Bow, A History of Asiatic Archery, by Kai Tiheng. Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome back to our Humankind Forging India miniseries. As always, I am thoroughly excited to see just how our story plays out as we enter episode 13. Lucky for some, unlucky for others, or however you'd like to say it. I'm hoping for the good luck in this episode as we continue our war against the Achaemenid Persians. We're very close to entering the next era, which I'm very excited for, though it will be bittersweet as we'll lose out on some of this amazing Mongol-themed music that's playing in the background right now. I realize I haven't given it a shout out. We've been so into it that I just haven't mentioned how great the Mongol music is as well. And man, really, just isn't it isn't it fantastic? What isn't fantastic is my hesitation with the word composite versus composite. I'm curious how everybody else says it. It's one of those words that I tend to pronounce both ways depending on the context. And I love today's intro. I always have such joy reading through them all when they get posted in the comments and then actually reading them out aloud. But I had to re-record today's intro 20 times because I was continuously second-guessing myself with regards to the pronunciation of composite versus composite when it comes to bows. So I'm curious how everybody else says it. Anyway, the self-doubt ends there because with full confidence, we're going to be pushing into Nineveh today, and we're hopefully also going to be pushing into Avaris. If we're lucky, as some of you pointed out in the comments of the previous episode, we might be able to get enough war score here to push for vassalization. I still have my doubts. I still feel like they're just a little too big, but if we can get that war score as high as possible, we can maybe, recover our economy and things like that as well, get those war reparations and a couple of maybe provinces as well, maybe grab another city for ourselves. We will be merging cities today as well. Hariganga and Parsa will be combined. We'll be retaining Hariganga since we have renamed that, so there's a bit of an extra attachment there. We will be absorbing these guys when this current construction at Parsa is completed. I do believe we'll retain the benefits from that if we allow that construction to complete. So that will give us a bit of a sort of some wiggle room, I guess, as far as city cap is concerned. We'll still end up over after this war is done, I think. But again, the hit to our influence from being 1 over city cap is not that big of a deal. And truth be told, being 2 over city cap isn't the end of the world either. With that said, folks, we'll also be exploring options with regards to Hecatompylos. I'm guessing this is This has very Greek or Hellenistic vibes, this name, but I guess that would be besides the point, because my intent is to eventually, hopefully soon actually, take this as well, get that iron especially, and whatever this strategic resource is, but take this city as well, and probably absorb it into Hariganga as well, giving us full control over the sort of a coastline over here through this one city. But yeah, for that we'll have to divert our attention. Man, that really was a surprise. But hey, again, as you pointed out in the comments, yeah, sometimes it's helpful to do a bit of a zoom out and world overview look, right? Now, on that note, folks, I just want to mention again, as always, if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. Again, the number of likes and comments is a very quick read for me to see how interested people are in what's going on the channel. You know, in this case, whether I should keep Humankind going, if I should slow it down, if I should speed it up, if I should do another series after this one. I got some excellent suggestions with regards to future potential series of recreating history. So that's awesome. So thank you very much for all your suggestions. On which note as well, again, apart from leaving likes and comments so that I kind of have a quick read through numbers, you know, apart from just that, I also do read through all of the comments. So if you have feedback, if you have an opinion to share, if you have suggestions, thoughts, whatever it might be, if you leave a comment down below, it will get read, and I will try and address it in one way, shape, or form, either in the actual written comments or, you know, through my actions in the follow-up episode or you know, in an upcoming series or what have you, just generally on the channel. So don't hesitate to leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts you'd like to share about anything in particular, of course, as it pertains to, you know, what you're seeing or what's happening. For example, the shape of Japan. I didn't actually realize we were looking at Japan last session. It's a little funny. It's a little funny looking. I will agree with that comment. But I mean, again, kudos to the map developer for getting as close as possible with, of course, the limitations of a hex grid and things like that, right? I was also pointing out that maybe I should chase these guys down over here. They are... Yeah, they have veterancy, and it's a quadrireme as well. So you know what? No, we're actually not better than them. Just because there was a comment that suggested that we might actually be able to outperform the Persian navy over here, if we can call it that. And it's possible that at the time they were the lower tier unit. I forget now, but evidently they've upgraded, and they also have that veterancy, so they'd actually sink our ship before we sink theirs. So I think I'd rather avoid that engagement, of course. What do we got going on over here? This army still staying put. I mean, again, I could always station them, but I prefer skipping just so I remember they exist. And over here, again, I would like to hit Nineveh. I was wondering about engaging some of these guys down over here. If we attack Nineveh and assault it, we should be able to plug some of these reinforcements. Even if we leave them open, though, it's not that they'll cause us too much trouble. These guys will be just out of range of reinforcing. So what I could do is I could... I was wondering if I like try and engage these guys with this army, but no, then everybody will get involved. All right, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get this army moving where up to like hereabouts, I think. Just trying to figure out like spawn location and stuff like that. If they're over here, then they can move through the rivers and all that. If they're up over here, we'll have access to some of this high ground more easily, I suppose. Sure, let's go ahead and pop them down. Let's go ahead and pop them down over here. That way I think we'll have a bit more freedom because we can move up and down the river, and we can also just get off the river without the extra like moving costs or anything like that, right? And we'll go ahead and strike at Nineveh. We'll take Nineveh. We'll involve these guys in the battle as well. I don't know if we'll try to eliminate them or if we'll kind of just plug their reinforcements. But either way, this should be a good fight for us. Can we not? Yeah, we can. Just trying to figure out where I would rather have our deployment zone be. I think I would actually rather it be over... Sorry. Just making 100% sure. Yeah, I think this should be fine. I'm a little worried about reinforcements they might have up over there, because I feel like they do have reinforcements up there. So let's just maximize the distance that reinforcement stack might have to travel, right? Let's go ahead and attack from right down south over here. Good stuff. Nineveh will be ours in no time. Again, I'm hoping that before we right as we finish Seafaring Mastery, we transition into the next era, and I'm hoping that as we transition into the next era, we, you know, are at least close to finishing this war against the Achaemenid Persians. They do have a few more reinforcing armies, but I don't think I'm too concerned. Let's make sure, though. How many immortals are we talking about? You know what? Not too many. There are some pikemen, though, so they're also a concern. Not as concerning to me as immortals, I'll be honest with you. Immortals are just, especially with veterancy, immortals are terrifying, man. They are terrifying. I got to make sure they don't get this high ground over here. We should be fine. Let's go ahead and, of course, fight a manual battle over here. Want to make sure not just that we win, but we minimize losses as well, of course. And quite a few of their levies are camped outside. All right, what do we got over here? Let's get our crossbows up over here. And again, I don't know I don't know why, but it completely slipped my mind that, of course, yes, crossbows require a clean line of sight. They cannot fire over top of soldiers, so they have to be able to fire straight from where they're standing into the enemy. So you have to give them a clear or clean line of sight, and that completely slipped my mind during that previous session, which is why you saw my my crossbows be sort of less than spectacular. Let's put it that way. Less than spectacular. I'm hoping to overcome that this time, though, of course. Ah, geez, this is actually not the best. I can plug both of these reinforcements. Sure, let's get these guys up over here. We can send them in quickly. Let's get these guys up over here as well. And then these guys can plug these reinforcements, I guess. Because there's not much else they can do. We have an army that's larger than the battlefield. We have an army that's a little cumbersome for the battlefield, I guess is the best way to put it. But if we keep our crossbows, again, in optimal kind of spots, we should be okay. We're the defender, eh? Yeah, they decided to sally forth. This is our battle to lose, then. Are we good? I think I'm pretty good over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and end the deployment. Unfortunately, they get the first move, so we're not going to be able to plug their reinforcements. It's okay, though. That's okay. We got this. Oh, that's not ideal. This is also not ideal. And these guys are actually taking to sea. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Another horseman coming up over here. Yes, this is going to be trouble for our crossbows. In the interest of giving them a clear line of sight, I've kind of exposed them, obviously. I should have realized, or once I realized that we're the defenders, I should have course corrected. Yeah, these crossbows are in a bit of trouble. We can pull them back. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Some of these pikemen are in a bit of trouble as well. We got this. We got this. We got this. There we go, our turn. Now it's time to punish. Sorry, I called them levies. It's citizens now. Time to punish the enemy for their hubris, though. Do I pull back over here? Fire from over there. We could pull these guys round back, right? That would give the crossbows a clear line of fire from up over here. These guys would be able to fire freely as well. Finish off these citizens. Or do I finish off these horsemen? Okay. Let's go ahead and pull. And the fact that these guys can get all the way around is pretty impressive. I love it. I absolutely love it. These guys can come up there. These guys can come up there. These guys can also come all the way around, actually. So can you... No, because of course the adjacency is causing trouble over here, I guess? Nah, it must just be movement limit. All right, so let's go ahead and get you up to there. Let's get you up to there. If I pull you back... of course. Well, let's see. We can fire into your... back over here. Come on now. Come on now. Okay, there we go. I was a little worried about that damage output. And we can finish them off. Or do I want to... Doubt sets in. Now let's go ahead and fire away like this. And I'm thinking we could send these guys up over here probably to harass these guys. A little worried about the immortals down over here, obviously. I'm wondering if I should focus on them instead. If I pull these horses back, these guys will be able to fire down there. These guys will be able to fire over here. If I pull them back to here, apparently we won't have a clean line of sight. That doesn't make much sense to me. But that seems to be what the game's telling me, so I'm gonna believe it. Let's go ahead and send you up over here. Let's go. Fire down over here. Go for it. And I wonder if we pull... Like, who else do we pull up there to help with that situation? Because I want to pull these guys back either way. I don't like having them, you know, right at the edge over here to be hurt by these pikes or what have you. Could pull these guys. I want to use 1, 2, 3. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and send you up to here to finish these guys off. Bit of a risk, yes, but not the end of the world, I don't think. Come on now. These guys are definitely dead. There's no doubt there. Gonna pull these guys back because they're so badly hurt, and we should be. Yeah, we're the highlighting in this game is sometimes a little buggy, and it's unfortunate. Go ahead and fire away. Because again, it looked like we weren't going to be able to fire at these guys when we pulled back over here, right? But it looks like we're fine. Let's go ahead and pull you up to here. We should be fine from up here as well. Honestly, tempted to finish these horsemen off, but the pikemen and their anti-cav capabilities worry me a bit more, I think. We could also fire at these immortals. They're also terrifying, right? The damage to these immortals, negative 30 to negative 42, versus one of these guys hitting is negative 15 to negative 30. These pikes come up, they'll go ahead and swarm us up over here, right? But it's just the one of them. Let's go ahead and get rid of the pikes. They're slightly stronger. Let's get rid of the pikes. Or, you know, not get rid of them necessarily, but get closer to getting rid of them. We can then go ahead and push up over here just to try and retain that high ground, right? Just to keep it for ourselves and to get ourselves the adjacency bonuses as well. Yeah, it puts us right next to them, but it's not like being back over here, they won't be able to close that gap, right? So let's go ahead and apply some pressure over there. We can then come down over here and focus on these guys. So let's go ahead and push up to here. Let's go ahead and let's see. Do I want to pull you back over here? We are on the river, which I don't like. So yeah, let's pull you back over here. Surround these immortals and try and finish them off. I'm going to stay on the flag for as long as possible. Go ahead and fire away. Again, take advantage of the fact that they're on this river. Get off the rivers ourselves. Go ahead and fire away. I think we'll probably be fine over here. These guys will probably get off the boat down over here. Unless they're planning on moving up there, they'll probably get back off the boat down over here. We'll see. Fire away. Yeah, these immortals are done for. Good stuff. These guys are actually free. Okay, fair enough. Not exactly what I'd expected. But if that's the case, then let's go ahead and secure this high ground over here. Yes, we're on the river, but at least we're keeping the high ground for ourselves, right? And let's fire down at these horsemen. I would have gone up there. Actually, can I? I don't think I can get up over here. So let's go ahead and just fire down at these horsemen. Yeah, let's do it. I was wondering if I want to pull the pikes over instead. And I might do that too, to try and finish these guys off. And I might actually give up the flag over there. We'll see. Cause a bit more damage over here. Let's go. Good stuff, good stuff. Down over here, we can come close to finishing some of these citizens off. If I send you forward, we can fire at some of these guys. You've already fired, right? You've already fired. Just trying to figure out who I would rather hit. Sure, let's hit these guys. And everybody else can respond to enemy aggression. Yep, looking good. I mean, again, I can send these guys forward to fire at these guys. I think we'd cause a fair bit of damage. I just wonder about exposing them. If these immortals hop off over here, I'm just a little worried about that. But you know what? I think we've got the upper hand. I don't think I need to worry too much. Famous last words, I know. Famous last words, but I think we've got this. Nineveh will be ours. Good stuff. And that's this turn done. Or I suppose I could move up over here to get those friendly adjacency bonuses and all that, right? Move you up to here. Get you in this kind of like nestled position so that any surprises, you know, won't finish this unit off. And that'll be the round. All right. I feel pretty good about that one. I was a little nervous right at the beginning of that turn, but I feel pretty good about our current situation. Yeah, this has worked out splendidly. Exactly as I needed it to. Oh, wait. I thought these were immortals. They're just horsemen. All right, that works out even better. Let's go ahead and finish these guys off, shall we? Now, unfortunately, we're the defenders over here. But with all their citizens and stuff taken care of, I don't think I'll have too much to... With all their like reinforcing armies and stuff taken care of, I'm not too worried about if I have to fight for Nineveh again. Fire away. Yeah, let's go for it. Probably bring the pikes down to deal with these horses, right? Go ahead and pull you up. Man, they're seriously still going to survive. Fire away. Can I get you over to here? Yes, I can. Do I need to? Looks like they're dead. Beautiful. So then down over here, let's go ahead and send our horses all the way to the side there. These guys can... If they come in from here, we get that crossing river penalty. Since they're already suffering from the from being damaged, I think I'd rather bring them over here and bring these guys down over here, right? Bring you there, bring you here. Get the horses, or... Ah, damn it. I should have fired first. Blocking my line of sight. I might be able to fire from over here. I doubt it, though. Looks like a no. Looks like I have to be all the way down there. Can't get there. Alright, fair enough. It's not the end of the world. These guys are done for. Go ahead and attack. Give them that damaged penalty when I come in next. Go and attack from over here as well. Try and get them to heavily damaged. I don't think it'll be possible. I should have actually moved some riders down over here first, because then we could get the extra bonus from adjacency. Fire away. Yeah, we got this. We got this. There's no reason to overthink it and overdo it. Again, we do want to minimize damage taken and losses and things like that, obviously. To which effect, I wish I hadn't put these guys here, because I could have probably finished these guys off with our Mongol hordes and then not taken any damage. But hey, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. If we need to spend a little bit of money to heal these guys back up, we will. Victory is ours. There it is. Nineveh is ours as well. So even though they sallied forth, because I remember previously in this playthrough, we had a moment where the enemy sallied forth, and I was expecting to, because I completely destroyed the enemy, I was expecting to get the city, but I didn't. So I'm curious what factor I'm missing out on over there that allowed me to take the city this time, but not that one time before. Either way, we've got Nineveh. That's cause for celebration, of course. I think we did pretty well, actually. I don't think we took a little bit of damage on these crossbows and these pikes over here, but in like 2 turns, they'll be at full strength again. A couple of Mongol hordes over here, a little hurt, but I don't think it's the end of the world. The thing that is the end of the world is that these guys are full stacks now, and I'm not collecting any food. Not the end of the world, I guess. Even though I literally just said it is. It's fine. Our armies are large enough. We're barely able to sustain them. Look at that cost. Oh my god. We're fine. We're okay. We're okay. Up over here, I wonder if... Oh, would you look at that?
Look at what a competing empire has accomplished. A gasp of wonder, a cry of astonishment, and perhaps a pang of jealousy.
Can the game hear me? What are the chances that that lines up so perfectly? Right? But this is interesting. So Avaris has actually been taken by the Poles over here. They saw their opportunity. They made a move. We're definitely going to be seeing some friction with the Poles very soon. Very soon. Our border, like our shared borders, I was like borders that touch. There's a better word for that. Our shared borders are growing ever longer, and there's definitely friction over here. This is going to be interesting, but that means we can actually turn our armies down south towards Hekatompelos and maybe hope to wipe another faction out? I mean, you know what? Yeah, it looks like it. And this is beautiful. They actually do have Angkor Wat in progress over here. Unfortunately, they're not going to make too much progress on it, and we'll have to finish it off. But taking Nineveh will give us both the pyramids and also the Angkor Wat, which I wanted, remember, as a quick reminder, because it fits our regional expansion and all that. So that's good. But it does look like we've occupied... Oh, no, there is one more city over here. Okay, so we'll split our armies up. Fair enough. We'll split our armies up, send one down south, and send one towards that tiny little spot that we're seeing. Over here, I think we're free to move over here, because these guys are taken care of. This is occupied by the Poles. Just double-checking to make sure. Yeah, we're all good. There's this one unoccupied territory over here, which I could try and claim for myself, I suppose. Because now is the time to go around claiming more territory and upsetting more of our neighbors. Decent spot over there. It'll take 1 turn, sure. It'll cost about 1,300 influence, which isn't the end of the world. Hariganga is done its construction. We're going to wait until the City Watch is done before we combine these guys. What could I do at Hariganga? I suppose I could establish some more harbors. Oh, not a terrible idea. Get one set up over here, extra food. It's stability a little bit, of course. But again, I'm getting the harbor so that I can get market quarters, but also so that I can get things like the fishmonger and the great fish market and all that. Or do I just kind of rush some of these instead? Where is main plaza from ongoing trade? Let's start with the harbor. And it'll go much more quickly once we've actually done the absorption. Like, industry, everything will skyrocket, right? It makes more sense to have these guys combined than have them act as 2 separate entities. But that's our turn done over here. Alright, cool. Feeling pretty good. I'm not too worried, by the way, about... there's our builder star, putting us into first place. Excellent. I was just about to say I'm not too worried about any of the other cultures taking the culture we'd like to pick next, because nobody else is even remotely close to entering the next era at this point in time. The people that have entered the next era have picked cultures that I'm not worried about. They're irrelevant now, but I was never worried about, you know, them being picked away from me anyway. So that's why I'm not concerned about spending a few extra turns in this era. And there's our athlete star as well. Beautiful. What's left over here? The agrarian star is very close for us. What are we looking at here? I mean, money is... Merchant stars are well out of our reach right now. Agrarian star, you know what? That'll still take a fair bit of time. The builder star, that'll take a fair bit of time as well. We are entering the builders in the next era, so that's going to be challenging, actually. That's going to be a little challenging, but we'll make it work. Scientist is another few sciences, like few technologies. Nah. We'll enter the next era, as I was mentioning last time, you know, in order to capitalize on gunpowder as soon as possible. Can I get down here quickly enough? Let's see. 2 turns... 4 turns it'll take, roughly. Yeah, sure. Let's make our move. These guys going. Let's get these guys going as well. 5 turns it'll take for these guys. I can't imagine they have too much as far as defenses are concerned. I'm wondering if I send 2 sets of Mongol hordes as opposed to the crossbows and pikes and stuff as well. That'll be a little bit slower. A fair bit slower, actually. This war won't end until the next era, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and investigate this little spot over here as well, right? And then we want to try and... Okay. We have enough time, as far as the war support drain is concerned. We have enough time to get both cities if we want to. What's going on over here? Non-aggression pact. I will counter your proposal. You will refuse. In the next era, we might be more willing to sign some non-aggression pacts, as again some of you suggested in the comments. But again, as the militarist Mongols, we seek war, of course, and conquest, right? So we're gonna keep that track. This is unfortunate, wasted turn over here. But yeah, I don't want to try and take on the taking on these horsemen may be fine, but the quadrireme back over here would cause us some trouble, and it's like the last of our navy that we have roaming over there. What are you guys doing? Right, you were going to claim this territory. Yeah, that's not too bad. Gives us this strategic resource. Oh, there's plus 17 and plus 8 over here. Got that high ground as well. This plugs the pass. It's got high ground against these things down over here. Slightly less production. 17 and 8. Trying to balance the benefit. Yeah, I feel like we could go ahead and establish it up over here. Again, plugging this mountain pass. It's got some high ground advantages, though. If the enemy can get up over here, which they would have to walk through our outpost to get up there or up there, they can get into level ground over here. But again, if we're defending over here, then we'll have that, you know, within our deployment zone, one would expect. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Not the end of the world. I'm overthinking it. Nothing to establish here just quite yet. Fair enough. Oh, and would you look at that? These guys making their way towards Mohenjo-Daro. Alright, we'll have to pull these guys back ASAP. I wish I'd noticed that beforehand, but hey, that tunnel vision coming in real hard over there. I wonder if we establish stone walls. We can't afford that. Fair enough. Alright, let's go ahead and work towards the customs farm, I guess. No, that doesn't seem worth it. Stability is looking good. Why don't we try and establish another market quarter? Up over here. Sure, let's go for it. What else have we got? Parsa over here, it's done its job. Alright, cool. So it's time to absorb Parsa into Hariganga. I believe that'll give us a huge bump in across all these numbers. 3 turns to make this harbor right now. Just a quick way to kind of see the changes. 3 turns to make this. 128 money per turn if we go ahead and make this absorb happen over here. Alright. And didn't explode exactly as I'd hoped. In fact, that was more maybe detrimental. But I'll look at it back on playback. Anyway, you know what? It wasn't. It didn't go as brilliantly as I'd hoped. But I'm still happy about this this combining over here. We just had too many cities, and we're going to collect a few more at the end of this war, so that had to happen, whether it hurts our productivity a little bit or not. Let's go ahead and end the turn over here. Getting closer and closer to that next era. Might actually get this star. These guys, man. I mean, an army of one isn't going to do much, but this stack over here was a little concerning. It seems they might have... Oh, hello. Snuck around. Not pulled back, but snuck around. Fair enough. It'll be some time before we can get down over here. I wonder if they're pushing towards Molophane over here, in which case I wonder if we shouldn't bring this Mongol horde in. Again, it will cost our treasury, but I would rather not lose Molophane, right? They might just be trying this last-ditch attempt to cause us some hurt, which obviously I'm not a fan of. Man. Little thrown off by that, actually. I wasn't expecting it to be such a hit. I mean, hit in a negative sense there, obviously. Keep pulling these guys down over here. Go ahead and... What happened there? Resource sold. I heard a notification sound. Wasn't sure if we, like, stumbled across curiosity or something. These guys are close to full health. Close isn't good enough, unfortunately. Yeah, still gotta go exploring over here. I wonder how established... and also where this city actually is. Like, is it up over here or something? I'm very curious about how that's going to play out. That's fine. Up over here, we're fine. What's the deal over here?
I offer an excellent proposition.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Trading is fine. Do you have anything of value? Got some dyes we could get? Good for industry. I mean, seeing that industry hit is making me very partial to industry right now. There's obsidian as well for that extra industry. I could use... some of the stability especially, but that's very expensive. Way too expensive, way too expensive. Can't waste my money like that. Not when there's only so much. We'll be fine. We'll be fine after this harbor is done. We'll chase some stability related things. You know what, actually? Why don't we go ahead and get this aqueduct done first before this thing comes to bite us in the butt and surprise us, right? All right, up over here we have this boat moving up this way. Up over here, hang tight. Honestly, could disband that army. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and actually raise this Mongol horde over here. And if these guys decide to try and attack, we'll hold them back. It'll be difficult because it's all immortals, so it will be difficult. But we can at least cause some damage, right? And we can at least delay their attempts over here. Maybe even have enough time to bring in the reinforcements. And then we'll disband this set of Mongol hordes to provide population somewhere. Maybe actually down at like Harigunga or something. I think that's a safe bet. Harappa, what to do with you? Maybe let's go ahead and establish... Fisher. Now, we need to focus on money generation. Our economy has really fallen behind. And as our armies grow larger and larger, that trouble just gets worse and worse, right? 4 turns for a market quarter. I did establish one harbor. I believe I can actually establish another one. Yeah, plus 15, plus 3. For how many turns? 5 turns. Versus plus 6 in 4 turns. Okay, that's a marginal difference. Let's go ahead and establish this harbor right outside the mausoleum over here. Sure. Not ideal, right? Because as far as adjacency is concerned, we could only put a market quarter down over here, but we have a couple of spots elsewhere where we can put some market quarters down. Pop you down over there, pop you down over here. Sure, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll be fine. Good, let's go. This war still has some time on it as well. I mean, it's not like this war is just about over. Which again, in a way is unfortunate, but in a way I am glad because I will be able to get a third city to maximize our war support over here. I'm just wondering, as the Mongols are... We've taken advantage of our culture.
Isn't a sign of greed. It's a sign of wise investing policies.
Yeah, exactly. We're not greedy. We're just wise. I like it. What are you up to? I don't want them to establish a city elsewhere. Truth be told, we're not going to be able to wipe them out. We're not going to be able to wipe them out. We're going to have to allow them to hold on to something, right? I'm curious when the time actually comes to pull the trigger on this victory, what we'll take for ourselves. Again, of course, I really want Ashur and Nineveh. I also want Hekatompolos just so I can... Well, just so I can have it, really. But Nineveh's got Angkor Wat and the pyramid, so I definitely want Nineveh. And it's got a huge tract of land up over here. God, it's gonna be tough choices. Now, I just want to see what they've got over here. What are we looking at? Oh, looks like we're looking at a battle. Alright. What are we up against? Yeah, okay, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. Go ahead and pull these crossbows back. This is a little unfortunate. Not enough room to actually get much done, but we can hold the line there against the cavalry. We'll be fine. Of course, they'll take the high ground. That actually works out in our favor. Because I should be able to move in and give ourselves some clear lines of sight. What are you doing? Do I try and eliminate this quadrireme? Become the naval superpower? Alright, you know what? Here. Pull you back to there. Go ahead and fire from over here. Go ahead and fire from over here. Let's go. These crossbows, man. Extremely capable. And let's go ahead and keep these guys defending. Well, we have another unit of pikes. So I'm going to go ahead and pull you out over here. Get you out. Good stuff. I could attack or I could just defend. Let's go ahead and defend. Just get that +1, right? Good stuff. Finish this quadrireme off. If it decides to stay put, which it does. Finish you off. There we go. There you have it. We are now the naval superpower along the way over here. Do I want to move you over? Because then the crossbows can come in as well. Not this turn, but next turn. And then he'd have to attack these guys. Alright, sure. Let's pull in. And around there. They're going to hit these crossbows. No surprise there. Because again, they want that flag, right? But I would rather the... I mean, again, that works in my favor because now I can take the high ground instead. So like I have zero complaints there. But of course, the crossbows can finish these guys off instead. There you go. And there you go. Beautiful. Victory's ours. And I think we'll be fine over here. Go ahead and attack. They've got their citizens. Shouldn't cause us too much trouble. Go for the assault so they can't reinforce it. Let's do it. Not ideal. The positioning is not ideal, of course. But... Oh, right, sorry. Manual battle. For sure. I'm not letting the AI do this. Can I please instead get my pikes out? I really don't. This is frustrating. We'll be fine. We'll have to wait until next turn, though, to actually get our pikes out, I think. We'll be fine. We'll be okay. It's not the end of the world. Our side is weaker overall without our pikes out. Pull you back to here. Fire across the water. Some excellent crossbows. Extremely powerful weapons, these things. Pull you back to here, sure. These guys out. Fire down over here, let's go. I am able to step in right away, so let's do that. Yep, we'll be surrounded. No surprise there. Get these guys out. Might have taken a bit of a risk over here. Might have taken a bit of a risk. The high ground is unfortunate. Take that defensive bonus. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this. These guys might be in a bit of trouble. Fully surrounded. High ground on two sides. Might be in a touch of trouble. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. These guys are going to come through as well. Okay, that's alright. Crossbows finish these guys off? No. Cause a fair bit of damage, but not finish them off. Would need both of these guys to do it. Sure, let's start with this. Let's go. Good stuff. I wonder actually if I should pull back like that. What's the benefit? These guys would be able to step in. These guys would be able to come up front. It's a lot of damage on these pikes. I think we're going to lose those pikes, unfortunately. Alright, let's try this. Let's go ahead and hit these guys. Come on, finish them off. Okay, good. Bring these guys over here. Bring the crossbows in like this. Taking a couple of risks, I know. But then fire away at these citizens. Soften them up a little bit, right? Because they're going to get that high ground advantage, so let's at least try and give them that heavily damaged disadvantage. See if that works out for us. I wonder if I shouldn't just, like, move up over here. Nah, I think I'd rather be the defender. Good stuff. Yeah, I saw us losing that unit. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. What is, right? What is the end of the world? Just wait until we have nukes. We're okay, we're okay. Come on, hold the line there. I would rather not lose another unit, obviously. I can pull these guys back. Fire from a safer location, I suppose. If I fire over here... Okay, let's... Man, this is actually... The positioning of this city is not conducive to us. Can I get you... Okay, let's see. If I pull you back over here. Fire down there. Can I get you over to here? No. I can't fire from there. I don't know why the highlighting is implying I can. Alright, fire like that. I'm torn between eliminating this unit and using a defensive stance over here. I think I should eliminate this unit instead. We're in an unfortunate situation standing on the river. But it is what it is. Go ahead and do that. Send these guys forward. They can't make it here right now, but let's send them forward at least. Can't fire from here, right? Gonna take a step. Just so next turn we can get closer. Okay, good stuff. Hold the ground. Okay, okay. Fair enough. I don't mind that, actually. We should be able to... Okay, we've got this. We've got this. Oh, god damn it. It's next turn. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping to get that done this turn. Down over here, we're waiting, of course. What's the deal with this war? Oh, they're going to take a huge hit. Very close to winning this. It will be in the next era, though, because we'll be transitioning eras pretty much right now. These guys have pulled back up to here. Okay, fair enough. Do I want to give chase? Kind of, yes. I don't want to be caught out of position. Again, a stack of immortals against a stack that has 3 Samnaya, it's like not ideal, right? I could pull back a little bit. If they move forward, how far could they potentially get? I don't think they could attack us this turn. I think they'd have to attack us next turn. I don't want to move any closer. I want to stay put so our reinforcements can be a little bit closer, right? This might have been a risky move, but hey. What's life without risks? You guys hang tight. You guys hang tight as well. I still, to a degree, believe that that one stack is holding the balance of power in the West in our favor. We gotta pick this thing up. Over here, Paschim Nagar, what to do with you? Make a little bit of money, perhaps? There we go, now we're talking. Plus 13, plus 13. Could establish another harbor instead. Oh yeah, we have access to hamlets now, too. Stability is looking good, so that's promising. Alright, let's go ahead and let's stay focused, right? Let's stay focused. Yes, our economy will recover once we disband that new Mongol horde, but I don't want to, you know, rely too heavily on that pending change. What's the deal here? A map of the heavens. The Empire's achievements in the sciences, I was going to say in the scenes, the Empire's achievements in the sciences are already a matter of great pride. Now, a bright, industrious woman hailing from the Empire's most renowned center of learning, Harappa, has presented you with an atlas of the heavens, dividing the stars into constellations. Their wheeling nature, once the domain of the gods alone, now approaches human comprehension. How should it be used? Militarize or educate? Oh, you know, I think, man, educate is a significantly more helpful call. Significantly more. Militarize is like absolutely useless given our current circumstances. However, as I've said time and time again, I don't necessarily min-max. I don't make choices that make the most mathematical sense sometimes. It's an extra way to add some challenge and role play things. So I think we're going to go with militarize over here, considering how considering we're the Mongols, a militarist people, considering how militarist this era has been for us, and it just makes sense. Even though we're about to conclude one of our probably last wars for the next handful of turns. God, educate would have been so much more helpful. With adequate funding, a work like this could inspire a generation of artists and thinkers. If I was the era before, or if I was the era coming up, educate. Easy decision, educate. But nope, militarize it shall be. Sharing this with our empire's armies could give us an edge in exploration, giving us eagle-eyed on all of our units for 10 turns, moving us a bit more towards a homeland belief, or ideology, I should say. +2 vision range for 10 turns. It's not going to help us at all. Nonetheless, it is what we've got. Beautiful. Beautiful. Sure, I'll take it. How are we looking? I think we're fine. I think we're okay. Funnily enough, it is time to enter the next era. Because we want to, again, line up the timings perfectly, right? So, we were the Mongols when that decision came up. I stand by it. It would be unfair to play that, you know what I mean? To play that card, as it were, but it is time to become the Mughals. We are going to be a builder people. Again, that's going to be challenging because we'll have to balance stability to make sure as we're establishing new districts, we're, you know, not also dealing with rebellions and things like that. So it's going to be challenging. But I think we should be able to maximize our fame as the builders. Obviously, that's not the focus of our choice over here. It's the recreation of the subcontinent that matters. So the Mughals are the only option that makes sense. For those of you wondering, other options are the Ottomans, the Spanish, the Edo-Japanese, the Venetians, the Dutch, and the Poles have already been taken, of course. Then there's the Haudenosaunee, Joseon, Ming, and the Mughals. So Jama Masjid, by the way, I mentioned this briefly last session, and it was brought up in the comments. So Jama might mean Friday. So it's Jama Masjid would be Friday mosque. Friday prayer is of particular importance in Islam. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my understanding. And if my time spent in Morocco showed me anything, then Friday is a completely different scene as opposed to the prayers on any other day. So Friday is a special prayer day, and I guess Jama means Friday, so this is the Friday mosque. I don't think that implies in any way that it's only open on Fridays or only providing like service or a space to pray on Fridays. But I imagine, I could be wrong, I don't know. So take this with a grain of salt. But I imagine there's a like a higher meaning than just a day of the week, right? Like it might be the name for a day of the week that also means something at another level. I did forget, sorry, that we would be transitioning and getting the Jama Masjid. I would have done a bit more research there, but I do know that they're a big deal, and I know that there are a couple of iconic ones in the subcontinent as well. But that is just the Jama Masjid. There's also the Gajnal coming our way. That is the artillery mounted on the back of an elephant. I absolutely love it. We will need some tech and some resources before we can get these guys going, but you can bet I'm gonna chase this as quickly as possible after we get some gunpowder. I can't remember if siege cannons are separate from the gunpowder tech, but we're going to chase this as soon as we can. Sorry, I did overlook the benefits of this. So Jama Masjid gives us +3 industry per workers. That's actually that ties into the regret I had about our loss of industry earlier this session. Plus the industry in general as well. +2 influence, a reduction in stability, of course, like everything. And plus the industry per adjacent maker's quarter. Counts as a maker's quarter itself as well. Good to know. We've got a bit of a... I don't know, it'll be hard to take advantage of some of these adjacencies so late in the game, given the way we've spread our territory thus far, but I'm sure we'll find an opportunity. Everything else is looking fantastic, though. Mughals it shall be. Pay your stonemasons well, for their works offer immortality.
Geography, cartography, algebra, optics, astronomy. It's a time of discovery and exploration. But discoveries are not made solely by traders and adventurers. Those who explore with ships and caravans would go in circles without those who explore with pens and parchment. So, did you choose them for their impressive constructions? I bet it was the elephants with cannons.
Yo, I got called out there. I mean, no, neither of those were the main reason we made this choice, but I do love that that little snippet. Again, I'll say it again, I feel like it bears repeating. Yes, I could have absolutely transitioned to the new era and then made a decision on that decision that came up. Yes, I 100% could have done that, but I would have felt like I kind of cheated the system there a little bit. You might agree, you might disagree. I'm curious how you feel about it, but I felt like I would have been cheating the system if I just entered the new era and then made that decision. But I do believe either way, we wouldn't actually be allowed to do that because transitioning the era just takes us to the new turn. So I'm pretty sure that decision would have locked us from entering the new turn anyway. So whether I had the choice or not, I wouldn't have made that choice. I just feel like it's a little gamey. Anyway, a new era. As the Mughals, you've reached the early modern era. Beautiful. Take a quick peek over here. We've already got ourselves a militarist star from the previous era, I suppose. Very close to our first scientist star already. Again, the merchant star is just getting away from us. There's no way we're going to be able to catch up to that influencer. Oh man, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging, but I think we'll be okay for builder stars and getting the fame that comes with it. I hope. I hope. All right.
You have unlocked seafaring. To safely travel the dangerous, hungry oceans. You can cause trouble anywhere you want now, and have a better chance of getting away with it.
I love how playful some of those are. I do also find this funny, considering all the talk of becoming the naval power that we were just having over here. Do I want to... Okay, hold on. There is actually a tremendous amount of saltpeter everywhere. This is good. This is good. That means the Gudgeonal isn't too far away from us. Let's actually go ahead and pick our tech first. Where is the siege cannons? Okay, beautiful. That works out wonderfully because it is right after gunpowder warfare. I wasn't sure if they were connected so immediately or if it was further down the line, but no, this works out perfectly. So if I just go ahead and do that, then gunpowder warfare comes next in 7 turns. A plus 10 per turn would have been nice. And then siege cannons shortly thereafter, giving us the Gudgeonal, as well as, of course, the mortar and clandestine scouting. Plus 15% money from spoils of war. But no, it's this saltpeter and arquebusier that I'm most curious about. Another word that often escapes me. What do we do after those? So gunpowder warfare, siege cannons, okay, excellent. That's all well and good. Thoroughfares can be helpful, again, just in moving around. Supplies administrator, that +1 city cap is tempting, isn't it? Oh, it really is. It really is. Settlers are also tempting, though I think we're out of space to settle new cities, truth be told. I think it's a little late in the game, given the density. Movable typeface is something I should chase, actually. Again, there is that extra fame to be gained from movable typeface, but to get that, we'll need alchemy first. I should also consider having access to reforestation, just for future potential troubles, you know? Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. Damn, do I want to rush to Flintlock as soon as possible? Get those musketeers? So tempting, isn't it? Because that gets us to carbine and military coordination sooner. I just said I shouldn't get ahead of myself, didn't I? All right, let's stay focused over here. Gunpowder warfare, siege cannons, and victory in this war soon as well. Let's stay focused on all that. Open this up. Units are awaiting my orders. Can I pull you back to here? Yes, I can. I want to pull you back to here, and from here, I want to fire at these citizens. Finish them off. Keep these crossbows alive. We've gained veterancy this battle, haven't we? I think we have. I think we have. Let's go ahead and... Can we not? You're telling me I can't fire from down over there? Oh, come on. Fair enough. Go for it. Finish them off. It's a good way to enter a new era. A glorious victory in battle. I imagine a glorious victory in war as well. Kirtan. They've got saltpeter here as well. Excellent. What's this war looking like? Oh, we're so close. One more turn it'll be. One more turn. Is that enough time to get this city too? Oh, yeah. I mean, this is very... Man. Far from ideal, isn't it? Very far from ideal. Unless I take to the water and try and come up from behind as well. All we have is this, like, one point of contact. Very well-placed city. Very well-expanded city as well. But, I mean, our Mongol hordes against their citizens, I think we'll be fine. What's the deal up over here? These guys have tucked away over here, eh? We'll have to chase them down. Alright. Let's go for it. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do this in one turn. But if this battle lasts 2 turns, I think we'll be able to take this before the war is done. Yeah, let's go ahead and assault. I'm curious actually to see how this plays out. We'll go ahead and do a manual battle. And I wonder if we take to the water and try and pop up from behind as well. God, this is going to be silly. I mean, sure. Into the water we go. Like, are they going to fight us in the water? Gonna move down to here. I think that'll be significantly faster once we're able to embark. And I mean, I guess I'll fire. Could I actually, if I... we can't take to the water over here, unfortunately. I was wondering about adjacency bonuses between naval tiles versus land tiles. Okay. Here's what we'll do. Fire away. Let's use these Mongol hordes as I think they were perhaps intended, to a degree at least, right? Pull you back to here. Pull you up to here. Fire away. Here we go. Come on now. Hit and run, baby. Use those hit and run tactics. Pull you... Huh. Can't get that far. Okay, pull you back to here. These guys up over here. Fire away. Don't think I can pull them too far back, unfortunately. Might have to block my own reinforcements. It's not the end of the world. Can I pull you back to... Okay. Pull you up to there. Pull you back to... Nope. Okay. Okay. This is not ideal. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Can I please? There you go. Pull you back over there. Nah. I cacked this up a little bit, I think. If I can get these guys back there. Can I get you up over here? Might be too far. Yeah, it's too far. It's okay, it's okay. The idea is there. We'll perfect it next turn. And besides, I don't think they're gonna want to step out of their safe space anyway. Yeah, and they're around there. Again, though, we do have to win here. We are the attackers. Oh, would you look at that? They did decide to step out. Fair enough. Good for them. Good for them. We've got 4 turns. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Okay, let's fire away. Pull you back to here. Send you forward. Fire away. I'm curious if I should go up over here and see if there's anything to spot. Yeah, okay, good. Glad I checked. Fire away. Have I made a mistake? Can I pull these guys back far enough? No, I can't. So I have made a mistake. Okay, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Can I pull you around this way? That's the plan. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Take to the water. Send you down to here. Let's go. All right, we're okay. Might need to bring these guys up again. It's not convenient having these. It's not convenient. That's all I can really say. I'm glad that they're stepping up and trying to attack us as well, but okay, fire away. Pull you back to here. Right, let's get you up over here. Fire away. Come on now. There we go. Pull you back to here. Can I get these guys up over here with their veterancy? I can. Just to get that extra +1, right? Finish these citizens off and maybe draw another one up front. I think we're good for a victory, just not this turn, obviously. Just not this turn. Send you up to here. Let's go. Send you up to here. I love this. Just all these Mongol hordes crossing the water this way, just to get their own shot at a literal shot at these Achaemenid Persians. As this round done, though, I think, right? Yeah. That's funny. All right, we got this. Good stuff over here. Yeah, good bit of damage. Are you guys going to pull up, or are you going to stay put? All right, fair enough. That's that turn done. Or that's that round done, I suppose I should say. Oh, right, hang on, before I forget. Where'd it go? Oh, entering the new era, of course, right. All right, let's pull back. We'd probably upgrade these guys, actually, because I think the next level up, the cog, further reduces damage in... Because, yeah, it goes from Navigator to Skilled Navigator. 400 gold, it's kind of expensive, but if we're going to try and circumnavigate, we kind of need to do it. All right, there's our cog. What do we have over here? You guys hanging tight still. Up over here, we can kind of start pulling down and sending you up as well. We could engage these guys now if we want. What's this war looking like? I think I don't want to engage them until next turn. Because I think I would want to... I think I want to, again, win that city first, right? Don't want this war to end before we have it in our control. Send you up to here. Let's go. Alright, that's the turn done. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa. We'll need some new construction soon. We're good. Looking good. What's going on over here? Hang tight. That's the turn done. Beauty. New event down over here at Babylon. Let's take a look at this first. New civic, rather. Enemies of the Empire. Yours is a martial empire. Your history littered with stories of great achievements in war and battle. With the era bringing both great weapons and great insights, you have a duty to ask yourself how you should treat your conquered enemies. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. Anti-imperialists or imperialists? Oh, this is interesting. Playing as the Mughals. Huh. So anti-imperialists. Our heads can be held high when we fight those who would oppress versus imperialists. For the sake of harmony, only one empire should be the ultimate victor. So anti-imperialist gives us plus 20 war support increase when winning a battle on imperialist empire, versus imperialist giving us plus 10 war support increase when winning a battle on relations. Sorry, I don't... It's a weird sort of a... it's a weird sort of a place we find ourselves in. See, so as the Mughals, historically speaking, we find ourselves as the people that are eventually conquered by the British Empire. Now, of course, the British Empire, when you think about imperialism, well, you know, there are a couple of famous examples of it. Obviously, the British Empire, sorry, being one of them. And so the Mughals are eventually conquered by an imperial people. I'm being picky with my words there, like people, culture, nation. Like it's humankind makes that a little. It blurs those lines, right? Because we're playing as a culture that's evolving over time. So we need to, you know, let go of any. We need to let go of any like nation-based decisions per se when we pick a culture, because the culture is separate from the civics, is separate from the faith, right? Those are all separate like buckets that we're developing at the same time, separate pillars, you could say, that we're building at the same time. So yes, historically the Mughals were conquered by the British Empire. I say the Mughals generically, like work with me here. I'm speaking in broad strokes. It's obviously there's much more nuance to it than that. But they themselves were conquerors of the region. It was different. It was conquest from a different era. It was also of a very different style in terms of the end result of Mughals in the subcontinent versus the British Empire in the subcontinent. I'm using the British Empire as a point of comparison here because, again, like I said, when you think about the word imperialist or imperialism, there are a couple of great examples, and in the subcontinent, actually, quite a few of the examples apply to the subcontinent, but one, you know, came out on top when everything kicked off. I don't know. This is a tough choice because in theory, in theory, have we been imperialists ourselves? Now I'm asking the question beyond playing as Mughals. I don't know. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and that's the best I got right now. I am not sure. I'll have to think about that one. I guess this is the beginning of the next turn over here. Everyone's waiting on orders, and we have a massive battle underway as well with this war done at the end of this turn. More likely done at the end of this battle. But folks, the end of this war will have to wait until next time. We have gone over that hour mark. I hope you had a good time with today's session. I certainly did. Our conquests are looking absolutely beautiful. Ending the war with the Achaemenid Persians. Again, I don't think we'll be able to vassalize them, but we should be able to gain quite a bit of territory. Nineveh especially, I think, will be quite valuable. Nineveh and Ashur are almost definite picks for us. I would like to also get Hecatompylos, partially so that I never have to say that name again, and I could just kind of like absorb it into Hariganga. But folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. I'm curious again to hear about some of your thoughts with regards to some of the decisions I made, because there were some potentially, let's call them interesting decisions that were made today. I'm curious how they'll play out as we move forward. But yes, entering the early modern era, it's finally happened. We should be able to crush it, I think, pretty quickly. And we've also finally reached first place as far as fame is concerned. And we've got quite a bit of a lead as well, actually. Now, that lead can be closed pretty quickly. But as it stands right now, I'm feeling pretty good about our circumstances. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Folks, if you're feeling good, leave a like, leave a comment. If you're not feeling good, leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more Humankind, leave a like, leave a comment. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.